What you wanna know?
What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with another episode of What Do You Want to Know, where you ask your questions. If I like your questions, I answer your questions on camera. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's almost like I forgot they were a part of my channel, so I apologize for that. But let's go ahead and jump right into the first question. It's by 46 Fave, and he says, do people often give you shit for listening to so much white music? Obviously, you enjoy black music too. I know you're not going to like the way I answer this question, but I feel like there's a few things that I really need to say about this. Now, I'm not stupid. I do know what you mean by black music and white music, but that's partly the problem. You probably didn't mean for me to take it this way, but you know how I am. I take certain things in a more complex way than I should, so I'm going to say this to you anyway. Do people give me shit for listening to too much white music? So I'm going to be real with you. What the fuck exactly do you think is white music? So I get that there are certain types of music which is more popular among certain demographics. That's obvious. But this whole perception of only certain people being welcome in certain genres is fucking stupid. And you ask me if I get shit for it, and the answer is, believe it or not, yeah, I do. As a fucking adult, I still get shit about the music that I listen to, as well as the movies I enjoy, the art that I gravitate to, and believe it or not, it's probably 90% from black folks. So for the majority of this video, I'm primarily going to be talking to black people. Now, more times than not in 2016, white people really don't give a shit that I listen to metal or country or punk or what have you. I can't think the last time a white person looked at me funny or made a comment negatively about me being into metal or anything else, but I can definitely tell you the last time a black kid treated me weird because of it. I've always been into all types of music, and you know, some more than others, but I come from a time when a black dude going to a metal show was extremely foreign. Like when you legit had to keep one eye over your shoulder to make sure that someone wasn't coming up behind you to fuck you up just because you were black at a metal show. And I know a lot of you guys don't believe that, but it's fucking true. Now, I can only speak from a personal standpoint, but I can say that those times, for the most part, are drastically diminishing. Now, I'm not pretending to speak for anyone but myself. My experience is not yours and yours is not mine. So if you're still experiencing those problems, then I'm not trying to invalidate your experience. I'm just saying that I don't personally get it anywhere near the way I got it back in the 90s. Now, my main issue with this question, or at least the phrasing of this question, is the categorization of black and white music. Like, fam, you really gotta cut that shit out. Art is not black or white. Now, origins may come from certain cultures, but stop this shit about only certain people can appreciate certain types of art. It's dismissive, it's ignorant, and it's fucking wrong. Emotions are not isolated to or monopolized by one demographic, and to me, the purpose of art is to evoke emotion, and such a great aspect of being an art lover is the feeling of having someone else relate to you, your feelings, and your experience. And it's also cool to be exposed to different experiences and emotions and feelings due to art. And it's so fucked up to say that it's okay to isolate certain people from experiencing that level of camaraderie or that connection simply because the person who made the art came from a different culture or background than you did. And if we're gonna do this whole music is defined by its audience, then I really have to ask you, what is black music? Because I hope you're not about to say hip hop, because I would be willing to bet money that the ratio of blacks to whites who actually enjoy hip hop are probably close to equal. And of course, this is partly due to one race outnumbering the other, but I'd like to also think that it's more so due to the fact that rap music is simply becoming the new popular music. So what is black music? What's left? R&B? Is that it? The worst part about this is I'm an adult, so I couldn't give a fuck about what some other motherfucker who doesn't pay my bills or wipes my ass thinks about the bands I listen to, the band shirts that I wear, the paintings I hang up, the books I read, any of that shit. But some younger kid who's still impressionable might. I've told you guys this before. I remember being in middle school and thinking Nirvana was really cool, and I didn't get that I wasn't supposed to be listening to that shit. I just knew that it was music, and I enjoyed it, and I knew I liked Public Enemy. I knew I liked KRS-One. I knew I liked Big Daddy Kane and MC Hammer, but I also knew that stuff like Jane's Addiction and The Breeders, it appealed to me. Stuff like Primus and Pearl Jam and The Cure, it appealed to me. So this caused this crazy confusion because the black kids at my school thought I was a complete weirdo for having the audacity to enjoy both. Like, I really thought something was wrong with me for liking Nirvana. I thought something was actually fucked up in my brain for liking White Zombie. It wasn't until I found punk rock and discovered that it was completely okay to not give a fuck about what anyone else thought, and that shit really saved my ass. See, white kids are allowed to be anything they want when it comes to these artistic, social expectations. They're completely free in that respect. A white kid is treated like a completely blank canvas. And as a kid, I was very envious of that. You know, I'm lucky in that my mother wasn't like most black moms, and she fostered my attraction to art and weird shit and just being a weirdo in general. She actually thought it was funny. But we black folks in society, we put these ridiculous restrictions onto ourselves. We're only allowed to like certain types of music. We're only allowed to dress a certain type of way. We're only allowed to use certain vernacular. And this is something that is all us. Like, it's all black folks, not something that can be blamed on others. We do this to each other, and it's fucked up, and it's not fair. Teaching kids where music comes from as far as lineage and heritage is fine. You know, in fact, I think it's very important from a historical standpoint, as well as from a self-realization and knowledge of self standpoint. You know, teaching them about the music that you grew up on is great, but allow them to explore other areas as well. Allow them to be well-rounded and well-versed in everything that art has to offer. And everyone else, cut this black music, white music bullshit out. Art is art, culture is culture. They don't always have to be strictly intertwined when it comes to a genuine appreciation. And being open to all avenues that art offers, you never know, it can truly change your entire perspective on the world as you previously saw it. I don't mean to sound like I'm beating up on the person that asked this question. I'm sure he did not mean it this way. But this is just something that I do feel like needs to be discussed, and his question was a great segue into that. So that's it for that question. I know that ran along a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and take another question. XNoirX said, "Hey Myke, I want to start my own record collection. Is there anything in particular I should know before jumping into it?" Buy a good record player. Go online, look at reviews. Do not buy one of those fucking bullshit Crosleys or any of those little vintage record players that come in a little suitcase thing. Stay away from those. They're pieces of shit. They will fuck up your records. Then go out, buy a couple records. If you like the experience, if you like the way the record sounds, if you like the ritual of flipping them over on each side, all of that, then buy some more records. And then go buy some more. And then buy a couple more. And after that, buy a couple more. And if you enjoy constantly bringing records into your home, then that's it. There's nothing in particular that you should know. Just know that you're about to spend all of your money on an obsessive habit. That is the only thing you need to know. Prepare to be broke. Prepare to run out of room. Prepare to have women think that you are a fucking weirdo and not want to hang out with you. Prepare to sacrifice your own personal hygiene for buying records. Prepare to not want to go out and get your hair cut because you need to spend money on records. Prepare to have your power bill and your light bill go late. Prepare to apply for mass numbers of credit cards that you will max out. Prepare for a life of loneliness, desolation, and sadness. All because of these things that can replace all that. Who needs women when you have records, you know? So that's it for this edition of What Do You Want to Know? If you'd like to give me questions, you can send them to my YouTube discussion board. You can put them on my Tumblr, or you can send them to me on Twitter by hashtagging WDYWK. So that's it. As usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright? Peace, bitches!